Yeah, to understand why it's necessary to have access to ECUs everywhere in the world in testing, you need to know that the ECUs hardware and software is developed widely spread in the world by different suppliers. And in addition to that, the features of the car are not located in one ECU, they are located on multiple ECUs, which makes integration tests very, very necessary.
And for testing and integration of these ECUs from different suppliers, they are typically shipped to a central location. So for example, at an OEM's location, where they are being integrated by cable and tested together. So this takes a lot of time and has a lot of shipping costs. So what we're trying to do with openDUT is to eliminate the shipping costs by connecting to the ECUs remotely and enabling to configure them, integrate them and test them together over different suppliers wherever they are located in the world, and to make the whole process of testing and integration more efficient.
So the main challenge is really the late integration. So with late integration you have late feedback and you have the late possibility to fix the tests, and so it's very hard to fix the tests. It's a lot of effort, it costs a lot of money, and what openDUT does is a shift-left approach, that you test earlier, find bugs earlier, and cheaper to fix all the bugs we have.
Well, it's true that we are currently the main driver. So the Mercedes-Benz AG and MBTI are the main drivers behind the project. However, we are not alone. There are also a lot of companies that we're talking to that are also interested, that are also part of the Eclipse SDV project. So we are not alone. And also other OEMs, they face the same challenges in integration and testing that we have. So it's not just our company. The other OEMs also have these challenges, and it can bring a lot of benefit to OEMs and also to suppliers. To OEMs, they can basically make their testing more efficient, and they can collaborate more easily also with different suppliers and also with other OEMs, especially if we think about big collaborations projects in the open source area. This makes sense to work together more closely. Also, for the suppliers, they have a big advantage because we can test their ECUs remotely, integrate them more early, and they can get a very early feedback on their ECU development. So we can basically also help them reduce their errors. So I think one part of the question was also how to get started with openDUT. So the best way for us to get started with openDUT is to check out our GitHub page. There's a great documentation. There's also information there. And if you have any specific questions or need help setting it up, you can access our chat room. We have a chat room at Eclipse, or write us an email over the email list of openDUT.
Several days ago, we released our version 0.10.0, which includes a containerized version of the client. It includes MTLS and some bug fixes. And currently, we are working on the usage of openDUT itself, that we bring it into action, get some experience and some benefit out of it, internally and externally, of course. And from the feature perspective, we are trying out our Viper test environment. And we also want to include additional bus protocols like FlexRay or LIN, something like that.
Well, for SDVs, we see a lot of opportunities right now to accelerate the development speed that we have for our vehicle functions in general. So not just in the area of testing, but in the development process overall. We hope that through collaboration with others, with focus on open source, we can really get a momentum to speed up the development and have functions out more quickly to be competitive against companies also from China or the US. Also, we hope to have like a better like upgradability of our vehicles in the future due to open standards that are being enabled in these like collaborations, especially also with focus on open source. There are, however, also challenges. So I see as a challenge that big companies, such as our company, but also others, they have to really commit to open source projects for a longer time. So not just for a short period when you have funding, but for a longer time to really commit to this kind of collaborations to really have an impact. That's one challenge we face. Another challenge that we face is that currently there are so many different like initiatives, open source activities, projects are out there that it's pretty hard to keep the scope and to keep focus. So we have to identify like the most important projects that can have a real impact for our series development and go all in these and use them as best as possible. So stay focused and stay in the scope.